Hello, good morning. Welcome to another live presentation with yours truly, Patrick O'Cheney, your trusted fitness expert slash advisor. In today's video, we're going to talk about very quickly what should an optimal workout routine comprise of on a weekly basis. Once again, what should an optimal workout routine comprise of on a weekly basis? Now, before I answer that question, I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. All right, so I want to give a huge shout out to Jebe. She was the one that sent it. She was the one that sent in this question. Okay, so Jebe, thank you very much. All right, so now before I proceed, I want to let you guys know if you two have questions pertaining to getting in shape, pertaining to losing weight, pertaining to fitness in general, please feel free to send in your questions. You can always send them to bodybypatrickfitness@gmail.com, or you can simply send me a private DM, direct message, via either Facebook Messenger or YouTube, if that's where you're watching from. And finally, if you feel you need a comprehensive plan, you can always visit www.bodybypatrick.com to sign up for a free strategy session. All right. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with today's topic. What should an optimal workout routine comprise of on a weekly basis? Now, here's the deal. The first thing you always want to have as part of your plan, first thing is what? You need strength training. Okay? Now, of course, strength training. Hopefully you can read my my interesting penmanship over there. Strength training. That is the first thing you always want to incorporate into your what? Into your workout routine. Now, the word workout routine suggests what? It means you should have a workout routine. All right? Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make all the time when they're trying to get in shape is they do not have an actual routine. They go to the gym and just do random things. You have to understand, if you do not plan, you are what? You are planning to fail. So you should actually have a big picture workout routine that you follow every single day that positions you to achieving your goal. Now, speaking of your goal, guess what? You do have to have a specific goal. Now, that is not the topic of today's conversation, but keep it in mind that before you can come up with a workout routine, you have to identify what your prioritized goal actually is. So today, what I'm going to do is answer Jebe's question, but help in a general sense. All right, because I do not know what your specific goal is. So as part of a general plan, the first thing you always want to include is what? Strength training. Now, strength training comes in different forms depending on your goal. Once again, you could be using just your own body weight, depending on your goal, depending on your situation. You could be lifting weights in the gym, and even in the environment of a gym, there are different kind of weight lifting routines that you can do. Do you want to use dumbbells versus machines? All depends. There is no right or wrong answer, all right? However, what you need to understand is long term, as part of your workout routine on a weekly basis, you definitely want to incorporate weightlifting. Now, a benefit, if you don't already know by now, of weightlifting is what? It helps you build that muscular, mass, that muscle mass, which is responsible for what? Keeping your metabolism high. If you don't already know, after the age of 25, we all, both men and female, lose the metabolism every single year. So if you want to keep that up, that way you can minimize the chances of gaining weight, you want to be lifting weight. So that's the first thing you want to include, strength training, okay? The second thing you want to include is what? Cardiovascular training, all right? You want to include a cardiovascular training regimen as part of your weekly workout routine. You want to work that hard, okay? Now, anything that gets your heart rate up is considered cardio. So it could be stuff like jumping jacks, All right, it could be stuff like high knee sprint. It could be stuff like interval training. Okay, it all depends. Which one you choose is dependent upon what your big picture goal is and what your current fitness level is. All right, you understand? For example, if somebody's trying to lose 50 pounds, let's just say, and they weigh 400 pounds, well, when it comes to cardio, I will not be recommending doing jumping jacks. It's simply not going to work. You understand? So what I'm saying to you is, as part of your big picture plan, since I don't know your unique situation, Jebe, you do want to include cardiovascular training. However, I can't tell you which one because I don't know your unique situation, all right? So once again, guys, if any one of you, friends, need help in putting together a comprehensive fitness plan, because you're like, man, Patrick, all this stuff makes sense, but how do I even put together a plan? Remember, you can always go to www.bodybypatrick.com to sign up for a free strategic session. All right. So you guys understand? If that makes sense, you type in the comment section. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Cool. Now, the third thing you want to include in your fitness routine is what? You want to include abdominal training or core training, okay? Abdominal or core training. What does that mean? That means your stomach area, all right? Because guess what? Your core is the foundation of everything. Your core is the foundation of everything. That includes your stomach area, your lower back, all right, and your hip area, okay? So you want to make sure that you're training those areas, because guess what? If you have a weak core, that affects all your other training that you do. Your ability to do squats, for example, will be what? Compromised, because you have a weak core. And there's so many other movements, training regimen that will be compromised, negatively affected if you have a weak core. Now, do not mistake that for thinking that if you're trying to lose weight, for example, training your core is going to get you there. Yes, it's going to be part of the solution, but just doing crunches, for example, is not the answer. You can do crunches from here to tomorrow and you are not going to get rid of any abdominal fat. It's not going to happen. So that's not the solution. However, you need a strong core for you to be able to do the kind of training, complex training you need to do to be able to get you in shape, whatever your fitness goal is. Does that make sense? So you need to incorporate abdominal training. Now, here is the good news. The good news is, if you hate doing crunches like I do, you do not have to do isolated abdominal exercises to work on your core. All right. There's some dynamic compound movements you can be doing to still target your whole body while strengthening your core. Does that make sense? But that's not the topic of today's conversation. Just understand conceptually that what? You need to be training your core. If you need help with designing a program, like I said, you can either send me a direct message or go to www.bodybypatrick.com, right, to sign up for a free strategy session. Cool? Awesome. Now, the next thing you need to add as part of your workout routine is what? You need to include flexibility training. Flexibility training, okay? You need to be flexible, all right? Very, very important, because guess what? Without flexibility, you're going to have a hard time performing your workout in what's called full range of motion, okay? Full range of motion. Basically, what that means is this. Your ability to get results will be what? Will be compromised, okay? It's kind of like this. Let's say you're trying to drive from Rockville, okay, Maryland, to a different city. Let's say Silver Spring. And you get in your car, but your car only has enough gas to get you halfway to Silver Spring. Guess what? You're not going to get to Silver Spring. You're going to get halfway, which is better than nothing, but you're still not at Silver Spring. You understand? So when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to burning fat, when it comes to reducing inches, it will be your best interest from a result achieving standpoint to make sure that what? You have sufficient fuel in your car. In other words, you perform your exercises in full range of motion. And the only way that's going to happen is if you what? Incorporate flexibility training into your what? Into your weekly routine. Now, here's the cool thing. The cool thing is you don't have to necessarily be what? Be taking a separate yoga class to improve flexibility training. There's a way you can train within your workout that helps you improve your flexibility. Does that make sense? For example, me personally, people say, Patrick, man, you're so flexible. Your squats are so deep. You know, how you do that? Do you take yoga? And the answer is no, because what? I don't have time to go take a separate yoga class. So there's a specific way in which you can train your body while working out to improve your flexibility, okay? That's a topic for a different conversation. Again, if you have any questions about that, send me a direct message or visit www.bodybypatrick.com to sign up for a free strategy session and we can talk about it. All right, good. Now, the other thing you want to incorporate is, number 5, you want to make sure you have adequate rest. Okay, adequate rest. Now, you're like, well, Patrick, that's not an actual workout. Well, it's not. It's not a workout, but guess what? You have to understand your muscles, when you work out, get broken down. And they have to be rebuilt back up for you to get stronger. Especially if your goal is to what? Improve your strength. All right, now, again, because I don't know your specific goal, Jebe, I can't really tell you how this will help your actual goal. However, you need to understand, as part of your weekly plan, you need to incorporate a rest day. Now, when I say rest, that doesn't mean you just stay in bed and sleep all day. There's something called active rest, all right? And the amount of rest you need, Jebe, is also influenced by how you design your actual training program. You understand? So, I mean, there's so many different ways you can design your program that whereby you can actually be working out every single day, 7 days a week, and still get the rest that you need. All right? So you don't have to necessarily take a day off, stay home, sleep to get rest. You can do active rest, and you can design your workout routine in such a way that you're still getting the rest that you need. All right? So rest is very, very important. And then finally, the 6th thing you need as part of your weekly workout routine is what? What I call fuel replenishment. Okay? Fuel replenishment. Okay, what does that mean? That means that you've got to eat, right, to support your training. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is when they start working out, especially for those people that are trying to lose weight, all right? They start working out and then they also slash their calories. It doesn't work like that. That's the equivalent of you saying, okay, I want to drive again from Rockville to Silver Spring, a different city, but I'm going to reduce how much fuel I have in my car. Does that make sense? Let's say you're at full capacity. Your gas tank is full, and you decide, and that's what's required to get you from Rockville to Silver Spring, a different city. But then you're like, you know what? I want to get there faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty my gas tank to what? To halfway. Does that make any kind of sense? No, it does not make any sense, right? That's the same thing you'll be doing if you're trying to, for example, lose weight. You slash your calories and then you increase activity level. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to work because guess what? Your muscle need adequate fuel. All right. Now, fuel could come in different forms. You could get fuel from what you eat. All right. Or you can do what's called meal replacement in terms of shakes. All right. It all depends on your likes and preferences. You understand? But that's very important. You're not going to be able to perform at a high level if you're not taking in adequate fuel. Understand? Good. Now, so that's basically it. The 6 things you need as part of your weekly routine. Okay. So because the original question was, what should an optimal workout routine comprise of on a weekly basis? These are the things, Jebe, the elements you need weekly in your workout routine. You need strength training. You need cardiovascular training. You need abdominal training. You need flexibility training. You need adequate rest, and you need adequate fuel replacement, okay? The first four elements are things that I call that you do inside the gym. Okay, quote unquote gym. Your gym could be your actual gym or it could be at home. Okay, the first four things. The last two things are things you do outside your gym in terms of getting adequate rest, right? And what? Getting adequate fuel replenishment. Does that make sense? Hopefully all that makes sense, all right? So, and I apologize if I was going really, really fast. I just wanted to, give you guys a lot of information in the short amount of time that we have together, all right? Otherwise, we're going to be here all day long, all right? So, but I hope you grasp the concept that I'm trying to share with you. Again, this is all in generalities, okay? There are different ways you can combine this. For example, there's a way whereby you can do strength training, cardio training, abdominal training, flexibility training all at the same time. But you've got to know what you're doing, okay? So you don't have to necessarily do each one separately on a different day. If you design your program correctly, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of that 6-point plan in the same workout. Thereby what? Saving you a lot of time and still helping you get great results. Does that make sense? All right, awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you have any kind of question pertaining to, getting in shape, fitness in general, or everything I covered in today's presentation, please feel free to leave your questions below, or you can send me a direct message either via Facebook or YouTube if that's where you're watching from, or Instagram if that's where you're watching from. Or more importantly, if you feel like, man, Patrick, that was so much information, I just feel like I drank out of a fire hose, all right? I need someone to just help me create a plan. You can again visit me at www.bodybypatrick.com, all right? And finally, if you haven't already done so, if you want to be notified automatically the next time that I go live, what you want to do is like my page on Facebook if that's where you're watching from, all right? Or if you're watching from YouTube, make sure you subscribe, click that subscribe button, and make sure you click that bell. That way, when I go live in the future, you will be notified, all right? Okay, guys, friends, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. It's always an honor to come here in front of you to share this information with you guys, all right? So to the next time I see you, have yourself a super duper great day. Once again, this is Patrick Ocheni, your trusted fitness expert and advisor. I'll talk to you soon.